Once upon a time, we were inseparable.
Until we weren't.
We're two chaotic souls, one punk and a little unhinged.
One soft and very pink.
This is
Ex-Best Friends.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Jax. And every week we dive into stories that are messy, magical, or mildly traumatizing. Sometimes all three.
From spirits of chaos to ex-friend reunions, listener confessions, and the wildest Reddit stories we can dig up.
We're your cosmic gossip hotline with emotional damage and healing energy.
So grab a drink, get cozy, or chaotic.
And let's get into it.
Happy Pride, everybody!
Happy Pride! So the reason why we look like this is because we went to our city's Pride Parade. Mm-hmm. We walked in it for a little bit.
Jackson made me wear these specific heels.
Okay, because the boots looked cute!
Wait, go get them. I need to show them to the audience.
We'll put in, I think when we do editing, we'll also put in, some pictures of our outfits.
Yeah.
And so you guys can see them all together.
Because look, I'm also wearing fishnets.
Oh my god. Where are the boots?
They should be. Dad brought them in. Oh shoot, they might be in our car.
Or just downstairs. I'm not going downstairs.
It's fine, never mind.
We'll add pictures.
Y'all, funny story. We can't show you guys, so we'll add pictures.
I also wore platform boots, which I did not wear up here because I switched into my tennis shoes.
So, in the last episode, we had no idea what we were going to talk about after my meeting, after theater episodes, so...
Little secret, that's actually next week because we wouldn't have got this out before Pride Month ended, we realized.
We thought, OMG, it's time. Now we get to do a Pride podcast.
Yay!
Imagine this goes up after Pride is over.
No! We're gonna post it early.
Yeah.
We gotta.
Yeah.
I have this cute little butterfly clip that I got at Pride.
I got one too, but I lost it.
You lost it?
I don't know. I think it's somewhere, but...
What do you mean you lost it?
I don't know where I put it.
Oh no!
It was really cute. It's sad.
I don't know where it went.
Uh-oh.
Great, now I lost mine.
No!
No! Oh wait, I found it.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so we are going to be telling our coming out stories and doing some other Pride stuff.
Which, I think you actually mentioned your coming out story already.
I haven't gone more in depth.
Yeah, you've mentioned it, but you haven't gone into it.
But because I mentioned it, you get to go first.
I have to go first!
Unless you don't want to. We can rock, paper, scissors to decide who goes first.
I can go first, it's fine.
Okay.
Do you want to point the camera more towards me? And then you can edit it and zoom in on me as a joke?
Sorry, Jackson, but I'm sick and had a traumatic week, so I'm not doing that. Sorry.
Okay. Would have been so funny if we did rock, paper, scissors to decide.
Do you want to?
Alright, rock, paper, scissors!
Ow! I just had to rip my tights.
Whoever wins gets to decide if they go first or second.
Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
No!
Anyways, I can go first because my story's pretty short and sweet.
Alright.
Wait, which coming out story am I doing? Because I have a couple.
Which one do we can tell you? We can each tell all of ours.
How many coming out stories do you have?
One to my dad, one to a few. Most of the time I just mention it when I first meet someone, so... Because here's my thing, y'all. I like to mention or make it very apparent from the get-go, because I don't want to waste my time, so...
Yeah, that's fair.
So I really only have the one to my family.
Okay, so I'll just tell them all.
I actually have two. I have two.
Okay, well I can just tell mine all in once, because they're pretty short.
And lights, camera, pizzazz action!
Okay, so this flag that I'm actually wearing comes from my coming out story. When I first came out to my parents, I was really scared, and I told them, hey, I'm bi. I like girls. And I was crying when I told them, and they told me, it's fine, we love you for who you are. And that doesn't change. And I was like, awesome! So then a couple days later, I get home from school, and my dad's like, hey kiddo, can you come here? Can you come upstairs real quick? I was like, oh no, what the fuck did I do? I'm sitting there like, shit.
Jackson was a rebel, so they probably thought, so it was probably one of the things they did that they didn't find out about yet.
I was scared.
There's multiple things you probably did they didn't find out about yet, right?
Probably. So I was terrified because I didn't know what they wanted. I didn't know what was about to happen. I was just terrified that I was about to get into like massive trouble. That looks really bad. Massive trouble or something.
Yeah.
And so I come upstairs, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? As I come up, I see something on my door. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I get a little bit closer. All I see is the red. I get a little bit closer, I look up, and I see this rainbow flag hanging on my door. And I was like so excited, and I was like, oh my god, my dad turns to me and goes, it was Mom's idea.
That surprises me based on what we know about your mom, but...
Yeah. She doesn't listen to the podcast, so we're good. Anyway, so it was my mom's idea.
Don't send it to her.
Yeah, right. So it was my mom's idea, and that's how I came out to my parents. A little bit later, I had a girlfriend, and
Bring her on the podcast.
stop! I know you really want her on the podcast.
I want the tea.
I know.
Plus, in the most non-steely way, she is hot, so you had a good decision.
Oh my god, she is so hot. We joke, me and her, talking about getting back together.
When will it stop being a joke?
I don't know.
Like, here's the thing, honestly, I can't really talk, but if you joke so much, it eventually stops being a joke, so keep joking.
Right.
Keep joking until it's no longer a joke.
So, anyways, I had a girlfriend, and eventually she went missing. Well, missing. It was a long, complicated story I'm not going to get into. So anyway, she went missing, and the day that she did, we found out, all of my friends were crying and panicking, and I just sat there numb. Like, I was, like, really confused, and at the same time, I couldn't cry, I couldn't panic, I was just comforting my friend. And afterwards, I tell my parents, and they're like, we're picking you up from school, we're going down to your therapist, so that you can, have some, like, coping and do therapy and everything. And on my way down...
would you consider her your, like, first real love?
Yes. My mom, my nana, everyone told me that I was in love with her.
Yeah.
And on the way down there, I called my nana, and I came out to my nana.
On the way?
Yeah, on the way down to the therapy, I called her, and I was like, we're on my way to therapy because this girl that I'm in love with went missing. And that's when I told my nana that I was gay.
She's okay now, right?
See, I have a whole nother coming out story when it comes to my gender identity.
No, like the girl that got kidnapped.
Oh!
Or whatever happened.
My ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Is she okay? You want her on the podcast so bad.
Okay, I'm just saying in the case that, like, I hope she recovers mentally from whatever.
Oh, yeah, she's fine. So anyways, that's my nana. And now last but not least, my dad's mom, my grandma. When I came out to her, that one was the scariest. Because my grandma is Catholic. Like, heavy-duty, very religious Catholic. And so I was, like, super excited, but at the same time, I was really, really nervous. I was excited to, like, finally be able to tell somebody, but I was really, really scared that she wasn't going to accept me. And so, I talked to my dad, and I was like, I want to tell your mom, but I'm too scared to. He goes, well, do you want me to tell her for you? And I was like, honestly, yes, please, do it. And so he did. And the next day, she picked me up, took me out to lunch, we went to McDonald's. Which, my mom hates McDonald's. So she told me, don't tell my mom. She said, we're not going to tell your mom that we're here. And I was like, okay. And we sit down, and she goes, so I had a conversation with your dad yesterday, and I was like, yeah, and she's like, I wanted to let you know that I love you, and that's never going to change. No matter, I know, and I love my grandma so much.
Feels really easily.
I know. I love my grandma so much, and so when I came out to her, I was like terrified. But she told me, she was like, I will always love you for who you are. I don't care who you love. I don't care anything. And ever since then, I tell her everything. My grandma knows shit about me that you don't know.
I'm a little hurt, JK.
I know, but like my grandma knows everything. Mm-hmm. Like she literally knows everything.
I thought of something really gross about how she, for some reason, watched you have sex with 2 other people. I don't know why that came to my mind.
No, but she knows that I have sex.
Yeah.
She knows who I've had sex with.
So she at least encouraged you to use protection.
Yes, but she knows I don't.
Magic spell you will forget and you will remember to always use protection spell. Da. Now use protection.
Protection for what though?
From STDs and pregnancy next time you have sex!
Fun fact, I'm on birth control. So I'm good with the pregnancy part. And on top of that, I get tested. So I'm also good on the STD part.
Make sure everyone you fuck gets tested then.
Oh yeah, no. Sure. Anyways, those are my coming out stories. And I have a message from a guy.
Do you want, I thought you didn't want to
trans guy.
Do you now suddenly want to talk about it?
No, I'm explaining why I'm looking down at my phone.
Yeah. I know your gender fluid story, but they don't know that one, I don't think. So, or at least, well, it wasn't gender fluid at the time, but.
What? Envy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the time I came out was non-binary. Mm-hmm. I don't know. You can talk about that one. Or I mean, your stories.
No, I want to hear your story. I want you to tell the casters if you're okay with that.
Oh, sure, I can come out. I can tell them about that. I guess
you haven't been in the closet for years.
I lived in your closet. I live in your closet. What are you talking about? I've been in your closet. I live there. Should I warn our... Actually a lot louder bonk than mine was. I have a lot of hair cushioning because my hair is really fluffy right now.
It hurt my head.
Okay, we are zoning out.
Yeah, keep going.
What did we talk about?
Oh yeah, we were gonna have you tell your non-binary coming out story.
Oh yes, thank you. Okay, so we went to a seminar. Her dad and my parents and me went to this seminar about gender identity. It was talking about different genders. And I was watching this and I was like, I've always thought that I wasn't really a girl. Like, I knew that. I knew that I wasn't, like, always feeling like I was a girl. And so I looked, they didn't teach about gender fluidity, but they talked about non-binary. And I was like, I feel like I might be NB. And so I told my mom that. Actually, after the seminar, I talked to her dad. And I was like...
You're not in the room, but hi, even though you can't hear me.
I talked to her dad, and I was like, hey, I think I want to come out to my parents as non-binary. Do you think you could help me? And he was like, yeah, of course. And so him and I pulled my mom aside, and I talked to my mom with him there, with her dad there. And I was like... I told my mom, I was like, I think I'm non-binary. But then my mom told me, she was like, okay, and didn't care. And then later I found out that she is never going to use they, them pronouns for me because according to her it's improper grammar, which it's not.
Time for an English education lesson from teacher, whatever last name you want to use for this.
You can say ready. It's fine.
They, them, ready. because Mr. and Mrs. I don't know.
Mix. MX.
Mix ready. This is from teacher Mix ready. You will all get a lesson on English grammar.
So
dun dun dun.
This is my phone, right? But let's say you don't know me. You don't know my pronouns. You've never met me, and you just see a phone.
I'm gonna turn the camera so I can be in it. But keep going.
Okay. You just see a phone. You don't know me. You've never met me. You just see this on the ground. And let's say this is not my phone. Better idea. This is not my phone. This is one of your phone. One of you guys. One of your listeners. One of our listeners. This is your phone. Kat and I are just walking down the street, and I see this phone on the ground, and I'm like, oh no! Someone dropped a phone. Someone dropped their phone. I don't know if this is a dude's phone or a girl's phone. I don't know any of that shit.
Oh no, whose phone is this?
Stop. You are so distracting.
Sorry. Acting out your lesson for you.
So anyways, I'm also getting high. I have to be careful. I will forget what we're talking about legit.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't have done this podcast without high.
It's okay, keep going.
Okay, anyways. So, someone dropped a phone, we find a phone, we don't know whose phone it is, it's their phone. But only one person can own this phone. Only one person can own this phone. So, if we don't know their gender, we're going to refer to that person with they, them pronouns.
Yeah.
Because we don't know. But there's only one person. We're only referring to one person.
Like, if you've never seen them, like, you have no indication. All you see is the phone. No person attached to it. You're gonna say, this is someone's phone. It might be, and then you're gonna, and then, like, say, and then you're gonna say it's their phone. But then say you open the phone and you see an ID of who it belongs to, and that person's name is a gender-neutral name. So you have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't really open.
Like, say you open the phone and their name is.
You open my phone. Here's the thing: you open my phone, and you get fucking Jason Todd. This could still be a dude or a chick.
Say you open the phone and it says that their name is Quinn, and you're like, Quinn could be a guy's or a girl's name. Shoot, right?
Or Riley.
Yeah, one of those.
Riley can be a both.
Mm-hmm. I like the name Quinn. That's why I said that one.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, besides the point. Point is, they, them pronouns is not improper grammar. Anyway, so the last thing is that my mom told me that she would never use he, him pronouns for me, because unless I want a penis and a beard. And I didn't tell her that. Wait, hold on. I didn't tell her that.
You're opposed to that.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't tell her that, but in my head I was thinking, I mean, sometimes I do.
Testosterone meds are a great tool.
I'm thinking about it. I've considered it.
Yeah. You know what you could do? Could you...
So I just don't know if I really want to fully transition. That's the one problem.
Yeah, I mean, could you hypothetically take both estrogen and testosterone?
I already have estrogen. More likely, I could take some testosterone to increase my testosterone in my body until...
Are you worried about, like, changing your voice a lot? Because aren't you, like, a singer and stuff? Could it affect that?
Yeah, it could affect that, but I'm not, like, worried about it.
Mm-hmm. Jackson is a singer. Sing the chorus to Born This Way to the casters.
No, I can't do that, because I don't know the lyrics off the top of my head right now. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Whether you're broke or evil... I don't know the rest of it.
What song do you know you can sing the chorus to prove you're singing?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Never mind.
Well, I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. I can't really sing right now because my voice is shot.
Good. You sounded good.
My voice is shot because I was screaming a lot.
You sounded good to me. Everyone, comment below and tell them they're good, and give them a ranking of between the give them a ranking of 1 to 10, but the options 1 through 9 are not allowed. Options 1 through 9 are not actually options.
But
anyway,
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the powerful king composing. Hallelujah.
You did good.
Thank you.
Now here's me to sing bad and ruin it. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty.
I thought of another song.
I'm taking the world, you'll see.
I thought of another song.
I don't sing good.
I know. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter or Mars. In other words, baby, kiss me. In other words, I did that wrong. Hold my hand. Sing with sound and down. I don't forgot the rest. Anyways, yeah.
Anyways, here, I'm gonna show off my hidden talent, kind of.
know.
You know what it is, I be running this pedal, goes peekaboo. Vroom, vroom, your heartbeat is like pum, pum, pop. Pedal to the metal, click, clack, clack, provide the sky, high, high, high. What?
You can rap.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. You know, I'll do it later more.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. I'm pretty sure I auditioned for, I actually don't remember, but you see, I can do that, but.
I'm getting cold. I'm not really great at regulating. I'm hungry. Like, really hungry.
This is a
I
great
got the munchies.
This is a great episode, y'all. You know,
I'm gonna use this as a blanket.
you know what you should. I was gonna beg you to go get us both food from downstairs.
I can't.
And then I can start my stories and you finish yours coming out, right?
Yeah. After the whole singing thing, can you do like the glitching? I'll show you when you're editing.
Okay.
What do you want from downstairs?
Um.
I just gotta use the restroom.
Okay, I'm trying to think.
I'm tired. I want snuggles and I want to sleep.
I'm trying to think of what food.
Ow!
How about? I wish we didn't eat all the watermelon.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
How about we pause and come back to it?
Yeah, let's pause and then we'll come back, you know.
We'll be back!
We'll be right back, y'all. We'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so.
We went and got snacks, and now I'm wearing pink.
I told Jackson they look great in pink, because they do.
And I said, ugh! I don't like wearing pink that often.
Yeah, Jackson is a certified pink hater.
I really am. So anyways, while we snack and talk, Kat wanted to tell about her coming out story. Hopefully I don't pass out because I'm tired. Girl, are you struggling?
I'm eating.
I know. I can't open this for the life of me. No,
I'll
you're
need
right.
to try.
No, I just didn't want to open it that way.
Okay, so.
Now I'm overheating. What the fuck?
Are you sick?
I am, I guess. I don't think I am.
Okay, but anyways, my coming out story, y'all. So Jackson doesn't know about the first time I came out.
I don't.
So I came out to a group of friends online, right? Before I came out to my dad.
Yeah, me?
Maybe.
Keep talking.
But I thought you were gonna complain.
I'm being judgy now, yeah.
Okay. But what happened is, this was a very smooth way of doing it, because I got a free profile picture out of it. So, what ended up happening, right? So I was like, hey guys, I have a great idea. Let's all draw each other profile pictures of each other as the opposite gender.
I love that.
And so my artist friend drew me a profile picture of if I was a girl. And then the next day I was like, so funny story. I am a girl.
I love that.
So I got a free profile picture out of it. So, Shirley, if you're watching, I really liked meeting you in Seattle last summer, and sorry I used you for profile picture. But congrats on me. And my other friend did not take it. Well, I think they were in their homophobic era, because they're now pan and non-binary. But I was a pushover, so they were like, hey, can I still call you your old name and old pronouns? And I was like, yeah!
Wow.
So, but then one time we got into a fight because they did something kind of mean, but then they said sorry, so I got over it. And now they talk to me, like, they want to talk to me all the time, so things have changed.
Yeah, your dead name really just doesn't suit you.
None of my dead names do. I have two.
Oh, you mean your middle name?
I have my middle name and my first name.
I'm not sure about your first name. I mean, just like the name itself, even though, like, because it's similar to
James, that one. That was my legal first name.
Was that really?
Yeah.
I thought your legal first name was Christopher.
That was my middle name. I always went by my middle name, though. My mom and dad changed it because they didn't want my birth mother to follow us, basically.
I didn't know that. Holy shit.
But basically, there's a lot you don't know about me. Mask over eyes all mysteriously. Pretend this is a mysterious hood. Anyways.
That was truly entertaining to watch.
Anyways, so I got a free profile, and then eventually though they did something where, so we were kind of weird. We all came into the group at different times. There was three of us three, and then this one dude, the two girls, me, and this one dude, and I was the fourth one in. And this dude, I think he was like scared of losing the other two because he was very, I don't know how to explain it. Like he didn't like change, I guess. So what ended up happening, right, is he made a group chat, right? And I'm cool with this person now for context. Them and I are cool, so this is not meant to be hate in any way. It's just, it comes into play.
Okay.
But basically, they made a chat with the other two, and they were like, I want to go back to old times or something. And my friend was like, wait, when my other friend, Shirley, who I met, was like, wait, what? And, what about her? And he was like, I want to, or they, because they them now, were like, I think they're gender fluid actually. They were like, I want to go, before we met my name, that's what I want to go back to. But my friend was like, I'm going to add her anyways. So she added me to the chat, and I was like, why are there so many messages? So I read up, and I like read them all. And so now I was in queue with the drama. And what ended up happening is all three of us blocked them. So none of us were friends with the person anymore. But then like a week later they messaged me like, I'm so sorry, I just want you all back. I feel really bad. And I was like, okay. And after that, name and pronouns were used.
Love it.
So, woo! And then they came out to me later, so I guess they were in
that's
there.
funny.
Huh?
I still think that's funny.
Yeah. I think they might have been in their, like, internalized homophobia era. I don't know.
Look at this. Look at how it opened.
Oh my god. Excuse me. And my other coming out story was when I came out to my dad. I was finally like, oh, I'm tired of being a boy. I want to be a fucking girl. Because all my other friends knew, but I couldn't do anything about it because my dad didn't know. So I was like, one day, I was like playing a game, and I was like, you know what? I need to take a shit. So I went to the bathroom, mid taking a shit, I was like, you know what? I need to tell my dad that I'm a girl. I want to be a girl.
Yeah.
So after that, I walked downstairs, walked to my room. I was like, Dad, we need to talk. And I was like, he was like, what's up? And I was like, I think I'm a trans woman. And so my dad was like, What do you mean? I asked your therapist about it, and you said you weren't. Why didn't you tell me earlier? I think he felt betrayed that I didn't tell him right when he thought I should.
Yeah.
Because he thought I should trust him, I guess, more. But because one time I was like, a few years prior, I was cornered in a therapy after every therapy session by my dad and my therapist, like in like 6th or 5th grade, and they're like, "Do you dog?"
Look at her face.
Derpy. My dad was like, they were like, "Do you think there's any possibility you might be a girl?" And me back then, I was like, "Absolutely not." I was like, "Absolutely not. I will never be a girl. Everyone is making fun of me for being a girl. I will prove them wrong. I am a manly man who just so happens to like pink and Barbie dolls.
Oh my gosh.
And wants to wear a dress and be a bride and have long hair and be on the girls' team and everything, but I'm a manly man." Is what I was like. So basically, for a solid year or two after, my dad was like, basically what ended up happening a few times is I was hating my clothes, so I'd always ask my dad, "Hey, can we go to like Target or Walmart to get me some new clothes?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I want girls' clothes." And he would always be hesitant and like fight it, but I would like, I was, a manipulative person back then, to be like, and he'd take me. So, not proud of that, by the way, y'all. But he would do that, and I would go, and then one time in the car, but he would always say exploring being transgender. Not that I actually was, and that really upset me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing he actually mentioned one time, because I don't think he understood it, he was like, "How can you be a trans girl and also be into girls? That doesn't make sense."
It's called being a lesbian.
I'm a bisexual goddess. But anyways, So
you didn't know the difference between sexuality and gender?
Maybe, I'm not sure. But
I'm just periodically fixing things on your outfit.
But anyways, yeah, so he would bring me
a really cute top though, by the way.
Yeah, I really like it.
I want one in black.
I have this one in blue, and I think either blue or purple as well.
Really?
Yeah. But
I'm snatching it from you.
if we can find it. But anyways, back to the story. My dad one time even told me when I was dressing as a girl, he was like, "Bart, you're cross-dressing," which, here's my opinion: cross-dressing isn't real, and it was never a real term. Was never a real term in my opinion. Because
drag queens are cross-dressers.
I know, but also gendering items. I don't understand gender pieces of fabric. So to me, cross-dressing isn't real, because how can you tell me that a piece of fabric is meant for one gender?
Yeah.
Like, this fabric, no. This fabric, no. Boys cannot wear this fabric. Hey, Jackson, imagine you're a cis boy right now.
Okay.
Look at this fabric, and I'm taking you shopping, showing you through the aisle. "Hey, Jackson, here, I'm going to take you shopping, help you pick out an outfit." Jackson, man boy. "This fabric, no, that's for girls. This fabric, yes, that's for men. You can have that one."
Yeah.
Like, it's stupid to me. But anyways, yeah, so he didn't let me transition for a long time, but then eventually he actually told my teacher, my science teacher, and then she walked up to me and she was like, "Hey, I feel bad that I haven't talked to you about this." And I was like, she shouldn't have felt bad because no one knew, because I had my science teacher in 7th and 8th grade.
But which teacher?
Kirby.
Oh, I loved that teacher.
Yeah, and she was like, "I feel bad because apparently they ran into each other at the movie theater."
Oh, yeah.
And he told her, and she was like, so that was my first realizing that he was okay with it, because I hadn't heard that, but he was telling her, and she was like, "I'm sorry, I feel bad that you haven't told me." And I got really uncomfortable because I wasn't like out to the school, so I was like, it's fine to call me a man, or a boy I would be at the time,
I'm using my pride flag as a blanket.
Yeah. So he was like, that is insane, and why am I just rambling? Okay, anyways, let me gather my thoughts. That's how you gather thoughts.
Honestly, I feel like this episode is not like a serious episode.
Which is fine.
This is just us goofing off and like
Talking.
having fun. And
Yeah, I mean, that's what Pride Month should be, right?
yeah, that's what Pride is about.
Yeah, so...
Dude, I don't want to get up. I want to get something to drink, but I don't want to move. I'm sleepy, dude. I want to pass out. I might take a nap.
Sorry.
I might just go...
Well, okay. But anyways, love you. But back to the story.
Wow.
Sorry.
No, I'm teasing you.
Okay, but anyways, back to the story. So, where was I? Oh yeah. And then, my dad for some reason thought it was like against school rules to wear girl clothes to school for some reason.
That's weird.
But one day I wore them and he was like, counselor, is that okay? And the counselor was like, yeah, who cares? Right? And, so I started, originally I was scared, so I would cover my girl clothes with my jacket, with my big coat. I'm pretty sure you might remember that, but...
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, but eventually I got the courage to uncover it, especially when my dad took me to the gender clinic. Guys, I got a new gender doll.
Oh,
Like, look, I got a new avatar, guys. Look, guys, I have a new avatar. Look, I'm the girl avatar now. Pokemon girl avatar. But I got the girl avatar, and that went. Well, I became a girl, and yeah, my dad accepted me. What took longer was my fucking brother, and
yes,
I still haven't gotten the fuck over this. I'm gonna be real. Will I ever get over this? Time will
Probably
tell.
not.
Do I think it's funny to hold it against him?
Yes.
Yes.
Especially now since he like jokes about being gay.
Yeah. But he would always say, like, he used my dead name, and every time Jackson was a real one, Jackson would always correct his ass, wouldn't you?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Yeah. And at one point, I was on a call with one of the friends I mentioned earlier, and we got into an argument mid-call, me and my brother. And I was like, and I said something like, "Wow, are you gonna say?" And I said something like trying to affirm my gender because I didn't want to misgender myself. And I was like, "Oh my god, wow!" And what I ended up saying was something along the lines of, "Oh my gosh, so, and when our fight is something petty, like, so you're gonna say something like, oh, my sister did blank, I don't do blank, and this is how I feel about my sister, or whatever, like something like that." And then my brother said, "I would never call you my sister."
Oh.
And I was like, why? And he was like, because you have a blank.
I'm gonna go beat your brother up for that. What the fuck?
Go do it, I'll record it. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I'm gonna give this episode like another 10-15 minutes, but
Okay.
because I want to go home and I want to go to bed. I'm
Okay.
tired.
We
I don't
can-
care that it's like really early. I'm gonna go take a nap.
That's okay. Let's get through our podcast. Okay. But yeah, eventually I went to my therapist and I like yelled at my dad for not yelling at him for misgendering me.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, he'll come around. And my therapist was like, and then my therapist already told my dad, but if he doesn't come around, confiscate all his things. But eventually my brother
That's
came
a little
around.
harsh.
Fair though.
No, I wouldn't. That's one of those things that I feel like homophobic people would be like, see, this is why we don't like trans people, because you're trying to force us to believe in your ideology.
Yeah, I guess,
Whatever
yeah.
the fuck you say that word. Ideology.
But if you don't believe in it, I'm not trying to force you. However, if you don't believe in it, you're just wrong. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding.
Is this emo enough for you?
But yeah, eventually my brother came around and everyone came around. What is not accounted for, right, is my school all found out at the same time because of this, because I didn't get to transition before school started. So, I Jackson will remember, we have multiple stories of how people reacted to me.
So when people still misgendered you at school, I'd correct them. I'd be like, she.
Yeah. Like, I had multiple people sit down and ask me, why are you wearing blank? Why are you wearing dress? Why are you wearing skirt? Because I always wore skirts.
Yeah.
And one time my teacher was like, oh, that's not okay. One of my teachers even came to my defense one time, my English teacher in 8th grade.
Dude, what if I wrote a story? Sorry, this is so off topic.
Yeah.
But, like, what if there was a book or, like, a movie about, saying that a world where being straight and cis is out of the norm. And everybody is born with ambiguous genitals. And after you get to a certain age when your sexuality develops, and like, I'm meaning not like develops, but like when you get to a certain age where you're like after puberty, when you're starting to like want attraction to another person, that's when you start developing the proper genitals. And like, so everybody starts out with intersex.
Ooh.
Everyone starts out intersex.
That actually makes sense. I like that.
But nobody has boobs at all. Until after.
I want my boobs.
Until after, and then the boobs come along.
Okay, but that's actually a really good idea. I like that.
I know, thank you. Hey, sometimes I have pretty good ideas when I'm high. I'm really tired, Kat. I really should go home.
It's okay, I'm almost finished. We can end.
Okay, I feel bad. I know you wanted to have like a big, long episode.
It doesn't need to be that long.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's probably been long if we keep in the rambling.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, anyways, continue.
But yeah, so people are always being commenting, and then the amount of times, because I was really anti-confrontational, I was scared to like, say my pronouns or she, her.
Mm-hmm.
So one time, like, I would go in lunch lines. I'm pretty sure Jax would even be there when those happened. I'd be in lunch line, and like, there's this group of guys who, for some reason, didn't like me and Jackson for being in the community.
Yeah.
And multiple times they'd come up to me and they'd be like, hey, what pronouns do you use? And I'd be like, and I'd just shrug because I was scared to answer.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, I'm just going to call you it, is that okay? And before I'd answer, they'd be like, it, and leave.
I hate people like that.
And then when I got with my second high school relationship, when I got with him, this freaking girl walks up the second after I get with him, right? And she's like, hey, that's so cute, you guys got together, look at those flowers. She's like, and then she looks at me and she's like, isn't it, I'm so proud of you for being a trans woman in the community. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
I'm so proud of you. It's so cool that your family accepts you and lets you dress in all these cute clothes. So I was like, okay. And then I looked at the guy and I was like, I wanted to tell you first. And he was like, which now I would just tell you immediately, because I kind of learned from that. But back then I was going to wait long and long. But he was like, it's okay, I'm bi, I don't care.
Damn.
Luckily.
She was probably trying to make you, like, trying to make him grossed out by you.
Yeah, but what ended up happening, right, is, but after that, like, he told me this, that multiple guys would pull him aside and be like, are you dating my name? Like, Kat? And he'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like, she's trans, I just want you to know that.
Ew.
And I actually talked to him about this, and he was like, and he actually said that he thought it was fair if they were trying to help him, because it would be good information to know.
But he already knew.
But he was like, but every time he was like, I already knew that.
Right.
But he felt it would be good information to know, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, at times.
But we also weren't compatible because I'm ace and he wasn't, so that's a big reason why
Well,
we broke up.
You were ace.
I still consider myself ace.
Not according to the test we just took.
Okay, do we want to... We can't read our test results
No.
on every episode.
We took, so basically, she took a BDSM test.
Jackson had already taken it.
I did a while ago.
I may or may not have ranked incredibly high in some of those.
She had a lot of zeros. However, the more sexual things is what she ranked the highest in.
Fuck you.
No, thank you. I'm not into you that way.
I don't want to hurt you that much. Ow! Look, I'm scared to hurt you, so just...
That feels weird. Just bonk me. Bonk me if you're gonna bonk me.
I'm scared.
Do it. That's not a bonk. You gotta hold it. And then...
I hope that didn't hurt you.
No, it's fine. Do it again. There you go. Do it again. Do it again. Okay, that hurt.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're fine. Okay. Ow. No. Okay, well, Jackson's clearly on something. I don't know what's up with me, so maybe we should end the episode here. I think we had some great coming out stories, y'all.
I think, yeah, and then happy Pride, of course.
Happy Pride. Have a good Pride, or...
Hold it up. Hold it up.
Yay! Have a good Pride, or don't, I guess. I really don't. You can have as much fun as you choose to have.
Can we end the episode by holding it up?
Yeah. But thanks for watching. Next week, we have no idea what we're going to talk about, but
Absolutely no idea.
We have some ideas specifically, like we wanted to react to or read some of our old stuff from when we were in middle school.
Yeah, we have a couple ideas. We'll see.
We'll see.
If you guys are listening or watching, feel free to put in the comments what you think you want to see from us. Whatever.
Barely
we can do a lot of
watches
things.
this podcast.
Rude. Anyway, if you guys want to, put something down in the comments. Tell us what we should do.
Yeah.
As for the time being, though, we're gonna head up. We're gonna wrap up, and we'll
Jackson's
see you.
gonna go take a long nap.
Probably. We'll see you next week on Ex-Best Friends.
I mean, what we could talk about is SummerCon.
We could. But anyway, either way, Happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
Girl!
You're struggling.
Yeah, girl,
I'm gonna wave it, but it's still tied around me.
Transplant! Whee! Hold on.
Oh,
You wanna help tie it? Anyways.
Bye!
Where are you? Okay. Okay.
This is what they think indoctrination. This is what indoctrinate. See, guys, we do indoctrinate people. The haters are right. Look, I put the flag on Jackson, and now Jackson is trans.
I am. I mean, I technically already was.
Yeah. But
Think over the side of it. Wait, I feel like that'd be cute. Hold it like this. Hold it with both hands. One on each end. Yeah, girl. Hold it and then go like this. Peek over it. Or like that.
bye 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 bye.